Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi barakatuh. This is Seema Shahnaz, and I'm back again here. Inshallah, today we are going with the new concept, the new chapter. See, students, you might have since your childhood, since your primary classes or middle school classes, you might have heard about democracy. I'm sure you heard about democracy. Then, what is this democracy? Why the democracy is important in India? Why we are focusing on democracy? Why our national leaders they fought for democracy? What do you mean by democracy? Okay, and democracy it generally means election. Then how the leaders are elected in our country? See, we know Narendra Modi, we know Asaduddin Owaisi, okay, we know KCR. How these people were elected, what process they have used to elect these representatives or representative leaders? Why? See, they are elected through elections. See, if we don't have this election concept in India, then definitely the time it was like monarch or any bureaucrats or any dictator may rule a country, any place. So to end that thing, to end monarch, to end dictatorship, to end aristocrat, they have decided that we have to run government by the people only, the people to whom people select, the people to whom people select. That's why we say that for the people, by the people, of the people. Okay, so why it happened, why this election is important? So as I told you that people are elected through election. Why these elections are important? It is our power. It means that the power goes to the voters hand. It is in our hand to control the government. If a government does not does not fulfill the needs, or does not come up to the point, up to the extent where the janta janardhan expecting, then we have right to change that government. So what happened here? They are giving importance to people's decision or citizens decision. That's why we have election. So you might have heard about election, GHMC election, assembly election, Lok Sabha election, general election. You might have heard it. Then did you ever imagine how this possible? See, India is a very large country, we know that, and it has a more it is a vast population, we know that. How the elections are conducted for such a big country, how the work to be done for election, and how they have to keep an eye on election, that no malpractices should be done, no bribe should be given. Okay, so what happened, how it is possible, who is responsible for conducting election, and what are the duties of that organization who is responsible for conducting election? So all these questions we are going to study, we are going to get the solution for this question. For that reason, today class 10 social studies, it is from paper 2, the election process in India. How the elections are conducting in India, why and how, what measures they take, what precautionary measures they take to conduct free and fair election. Okay, and who gives the, see, we have seen the political party with the symbols, okay, a lotus or with the kite, we have seen the symbol. Who will give them the symbol, who will give symbol to the political party, and how will come to know that this is a political party? So all these things we are going to study in today's concept. Now if you see this one, This. Yes. So you can see the screen over here, the election process in India. You can see different images over here. In fact, we say why we are focusing, why we motivate the people to go and cast their vote. Because it is our right to choose a representative, to choose the leaders to rule our nation. It is in our hand. Okay, it is our right and it is our power. That's why we insist, we motivate, we encourage everybody to go and cast vote. Now, first, let's see over here. First topic in this chapter is election system in India. How elections are conducted in India. What procedure, how they conduct. So to answer this question is, in a vast country like India, just now I told you where they have enormous population, it is not possible to conduct election. It is very difficult to conduct election on a large scale. So what happened? Democratic country in the world. Since independence, a strong basis that democratic values were laid down by election. Then just now I told you who will conduct election. Who will say GHMC election, assembly election, Lok Sabha election. It is done by one organization, one apex body, one autonomous body that is called as a election commission. What it is called as a election commission. So after independence after independence, you know what happened after 1950 when they decided to have election overall India. 1935 only in few provinces, but after independence, after 1950, what happened? When they decided to conduct election all over India, then the main problem is that who will conduct that, who will take responsibility to conduct election in different areas. Then they have came up with a solution that we should have one organization, one body that can conduct election in a free and fair manner. For that, with that intention, they have started one organization, that is Election Commission. Okay, so Election Commission of India. Conduct election in India. The commission frames a code of conduct. See, when election commission is formed, when it was set up, this body is responsible for election. Then the first duty of the election commission is to frame code of conduct. What is this code of conduct? Rules, laws. If they don't have code of conduct, the political party, they may do whatever they want. Okay, so here what happened? The first thing is that election commission, they frame code of conduct to all political parties. It declares the result. What else election commission does? What function it does? The first one is that code of conduct, they frame code of conduct. Election commission declare result. Okay, and submit to the central and state authority concerned. By this, it is easy to form government. So how election system in India? Through Election Commission of India. Okay, what work it does? It frame code of conduct, it declares result, and it gives the list to the concerned thing authority, so that they can, it will be easy to form government. The second concept is Election Commission of India. Where is this Election Commission? Election Commission, the headquarter, it is in Delhi. Okay, headquarter in Delhi. Let's see. Election Commission in India came into existence on 25th January 1950. When it has came into a power, when it has started Election Commission, 25th January 1950. This is an autonomous constitutional body. With its authority, it prepares electoral rolls and conduct election to Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, assembly bodies, and president and vice president. So now what here it says, when election commission was set up on 25th January 1950, the work is that election commission, they have to conduct election for Lok Sabha, for Rajya Sabha, for assemblies, and for president and the vice president only. Then next is Central Election Commission has no suppressor. Now you might have seen, if you or your elders, when they go to cast their vote, there might be many people who are sitting in the room, isn't it? Then who are these people? Election Commission, they don't have their own staff, like how school has their all schools have their own staff. Okay, any electricity department, they have their own staff. Water department, they have their own staff. Okay, construction department, they have their own staff. But Election Commission, they don't have their own staff. They appoint, they take government employees for the work. Here it says that the Central Election Commission has no separate staff to conduct election as per Article 324/6. In bracket 6. This is very, very important for half mark. As per the Article 324/6 of Constitution, with the permission of President and Governor, President at central level and Governor at state level, it utilizes the service of central and the state government employee. As I told you, Election Commission, they don't have their own employees. They select the employees from central government and state government. Now let's see more about it. During such time, the Election Commission has a complete control over government employees. Without the prior permission of Central Election Commission, the staff can neither be transferred nor given promotion. Now, when they decided in source from Zilla Parishad or from any other government school or any central employee, whoever it may be, whether any other central, whether it may be possible they are from different departments. When Election Commission decided on so and so date they are conducting election, these staff, they cannot take leave. Okay, without taking the permission from Election Commission, neither they can take leave nor they'll get promotion. So what we have studied in this slide, election system, how the election system in India through Election Commission of India. When this Election Commission was formed, it was formed on 25th January 1950. What is the work of the Election Commission? To conduct election, to frame code of conduct, and to conduct election in a free and fair manner and declare results so that it will be easy for them to form government. And how is the possible? That Article 324 in bracket 6, it's given in Indian Constitution, is given that with the permission of President and Governor, Election Commission can select few employees from they can select employees from central or the state government employees. Okay, and these employees, they have to do the work. So I hope the first slide is clear to everyone. Let's move on to next slide. We are going to study more about these people. Okay? Fine. I'll tell you one thing. Autonomous State for Election Commission. This is our next topic in this chapter. What is the chapter? What is the topic? It means autonomous status for Election Commission. Autonomous, separate. They have given separate power status to Election Commission, like how we got separate power, autonomous, other three sectors. Okay. Similarly, here also legislative, executive, and judiciary, and Supreme Court, they have their own autonomous body. Okay. So similarly, Election Commission is also autonomous body. It is very difficult to conduct election in India because of huge population. Yes, definitely, it is true that during the British rule, only 14% of population had right to vote in the election. That means at the time of first general election in 1952, important for half mark, general election, first general election, when it was conducted in the year 1952. When after independence, when first time election was conducted, how many people participated there? How many voters were there? Let's see. There were only 17.32 crore voters. At present, the voters are more than 67 crore. For such a country, Election Commission conduct with the help of about 45 lakh staff. Now just imagine the situation, how it is difficult for them to conduct election, that too in a free and fair. And you know how the political parties are. We know what activities they do and all those things. We are very much familiar. We are educated. We know what the work they do there. So it is very, very difficult to conduct election, but still to solve the problem, to conduct free and fair, in a free and fair manner, election commission was set up. And how many staff they have? They have almost 45 lakh staff. So when the first election was held, it was held in the year 1950. Remember this thing. Next, Chief Election Commissioner. Who is our present Chief Election Commissioner? You know, when Election Commission was started in the year, when the first time it was conducted election in the year 1952, who was their election commissioner? It's Sukumar Sen. Okay, first election commissioner. But now at present, who is our election commissioner? It's Sushil Chandra, and he is 24th election commissioner. Till now we have 24th election commission. What is the qualification? Who are this election commissioner? How the election commissioner is appointed? Who will appoint election commissioner? Okay, let's see more about it. Chief Election Commission is the head of the election commission. Who is the head of the election commission? Is Chief Election Commissioner. Chief Election Commissioner, the head of the election commission. The constitution guarantees certain powers to CEE, that means Chief Election Commissioner, to conduct election for central as well as state legislature in a smooth and fair manner. So constitution already provided powers to president, powers to vice president, powers to speakers, powers to prime minister, powers to chief minister, powers to other minister, as well as powers to election commissioner. What powers? So that the person can conduct election in a free and fair manner. Okay, next. Usually he is from ICS, the Indian Civil Service. Who are these people? What is the qualification to be an election commissioner? He should be IAS officer. He should belong to civil service category. Okay, like IAS officer, we have many. In my previous lesson, I explained you how IAS was given. UPSC, through UPSC, they can write entrance exam for IAS officers. Okay, so who is this election commission? What is the qualification of election commissioner? He should be an IAS officer. Okay, then only with the promotion, only after that, if he gets if he get a good experience over there in IAS field, then definitely that person will get promotion to election commissioner. His tenure is 6 years or up to 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. Suppose a person is 50 years and he is appointed as an election commissioner. A person is 50 years and he is appointed as an election commissioner. So his tenure system will be 6 years. That means from 50 to 56 he can work as an election commission. He can enjoy as an election commissioner. But after that, a new election commissioner will be appointed. You know, before Sushil Chandra, who was election commissioner, it's Sunil Arora. Okay, Sunil Arora was a previous 23rd election commissioner, and present is Sushil Chandra. Let's see. Earlier election commission had one election commissioner. A 3-member of commission had came to existence from 1993 with one chief election commissioner and 2 election commissioner. When first time election was conducted, they had only 1 election commissioner at that time. But now at present we have 3 election commissioner. One is chief and second one is election commission. We can say deputy election commissioner also. Now, in Indian political system, election commission has been playing an important role. After TN session in 90, even TN session was the election commissioner at that time. Okay, in his tenure system, see the tenure system for 6 years. TN session assumed the office, the election commission earned considerable popularity. So only after the recommendation of TN session, election commission got popularity. It got more popularity, isn't it? Let's see. He took much initiative for eradication of corruption in the election commission. Okay, so what TN session has done? He took many steps to eradicate what? Corruption. Do you think in present day, do we don't have any corruption? Do you think so? Our Indian elections are free and fair? It's a big question. And we all know the answer, isn't it? Definitely, we are educated. We know all the activities, what the people are doing to be a leader. Fine. There was a nationwide recognition to the power of election commission. So after TN session, the popularity it increased, and there was the recognition. They got election commission got recognition in whole India. Okay, people they came to know, acha, one organization is there, one body is there that conducts election only after the recommendation of TN session. Let's see. Now, very important thing for 4 marks, we are going with the functions of election commission. See, as a teacher, teacher's function to teach in a free, in such manner that it should be understood by the student. And we know many students will be there in a class, and it is very difficult for teacher to handle all these students. Some are brilliant students, some are very naughty, some are very notorious, and some are ill-mannered. We know that. Similarly, here also, how election commission function or conduct election? What are the duties of election commission? What are the responsibilities of election commission? This we are going to study in this topic, and very important for 4 marks. Usually, election commission, it perform the function falls under 3 categories. What are the categories? Administrative function, advisory function, and quasi judiciary. These functions of election commission, where it is included in our Indian Constitution, Article 324 to 329, Part 50 in Indian Constitution. From Article 324 from 324 to 329 and Part 15, we have the functions of election commission. According to that, let's see what are the main functions. First, we'll go with administrative function. What is the duty of this election commissioner? Administrative function. क्या उनका administrative function है? किसका? Election commission. Isn't it? Let's see. Election commission prepares electoral polls and revise them. They'll prepare electoral polls. What is electorals? Voters list. Okay, you know, electorate, we can say that. You might have seen the machines, or there many symbols, party symbols will be written over there. And before election, people, they'll come to our home, come to our houses for updation, for updating any of that thing over there, isn't it? So here, the first administrative function of election commission is, first function in administrative, prepare electoral polls and revise them. What is the first one? Prepare electoral polls. Second one, demarcation of constituency and their territorial limit. That means separate, demarcation, separate the constituency. Example, I tell you. Akbaruddin Awesi is there. He is from Chandrayan Gutta. Okay, Ahmad Pasha Khadri is there. And what is his name? Balala and wo hai na apne Karwan ke. Okay, so what happened, these people, they have given the limit, okay, they cannot go beyond their territory. Like Akbaruddin Awesi, he can fight election only in Chandrayan Gutta. He cannot come to Karwan, or he cannot go to any other place and he can fight election. No, the limit was given. Okay, Akbaruddin Awesi, he can fight election over here. Ahmad Pasha Khadri, Balala, they all can fight election in their areas. Who will give that? Election commission. Now, it announces the schedule of election. So, what it announced? Schedule of election. Okay, on which day they are going to conduct election. 19th February or 19th May, whatever the date. It announces schedule of election. Receive nominations, scrutinize, finalize the polling date, give recognition to the political party and allot symbol. What work they do? First, they announces the schedule. Okay, on so and so date, in so and so month, they are going to conduct elections. Okay, and after that, the election commission, it prepares the list, nomination list. BJP is there, MIM is there, KCR is there. Okay, and they have many MLAs and many ministers. So who will do all these things? They receive nomination. Who will receive nomination? Election commission. Receive and finalize the polling date. Finally, polling dates. Okay, and so date they have to conduct election and give recognition to political party, whether the political party is a national party or state party or regional party. And it allots symbols also to political parties. Lotus. What is that? Kite, definitely. So we have cycle, we have car, we have app. App is doing good work, isn't it? Very good thing going between Delhi and the central. Fine. It implements the code of conduct to be followed by the political parties during elections. What do you mean by code of conduct? As I explain you, rules and laws. If they don't have code of conduct, if election commission did not prepare, did not frame code of conduct, this political party, they'll cross their limits. Definitely it happens. That's why code of conducts are there. It appoints an inquiry officer to observe electoral malpractices. God knows where is this person. So what function they do? It appoints the inquiry officer to observe electoral malpractices, whether any malpractices are going on or not. Okay, whether everything is fair or not. So who will appoint all these things? Who will do all these things? Election commissioner, and it comes under administrative function. I hope administrative function is clear to everyone. So if you can see the image over here, functions, they are like machines where they are putting all inputs. These all are inputs and we are getting result. Fine. Next one is advisory function. As the name itself indicating that advice, giving advice. Election commission also perform the second function is of election commission is advisory function. Okay, let's see what it includes. It advises the president and the governor regarding the disqualification of representatives to the parliament and the state legislature. Now, election commission has power to give advice to president or to governor. What? Okay, if they want to give resignation or if they want to disqualified any person, समझे कोई काबिल नहीं है उस post के, but still he is fighting, he became as a leader or he is nomination for any of the election, he can give advice, qualification. Next, Qazi judiciary. What do you mean by Qazi judiciary? As the name itself indicating, judiciary means giving judgment. Judiciary means judge only, na, where they'll give judgment. So Qazi judiciary means these are institutions which have power to enforcement of law but are not courts. They can enforce the law but they are not court. These bodies, Qazi judiciary, can inquire, investigate, summon and award legal penalties to any party. In simple word, we can say that the function of Qazi judiciary is to settle dispute between political parties. What is the Qazi judiciary? In a simple way and very easy way, we can say it solves the disputes between the political parties. I hope the functions are clear. See, I'm trying to explain in a very easy and very brief manner. I hope it's clear the function. So function where it falls? It falls in Indian Constitution under Article 324 to 329, Part 15. Next. In this chapter, there are few important terms for 1 mark, half mark and 2. So after function, we are going to see from overall chapter, these are some important terms. Let's see. Regional party. As I told you, we have 3 political party systems. We have 3 different parties. One is central party, state party and regional party. So recently, MIM was considered as a regional party before, but now MIM promoted, or in fact, it has become a state party. Okay, let's see what is regional. Regional party in a state, if a party wins 3% of valid votes or 3 assembly seats. What is regional party? Very, very important. Very, very important for 1 mark and for 2 marks and for half mark as well. What is that? Let's see. What is regional party? In a state, any state, whether you take Telangana, whether you take Andhra, whether you take Maharashtra or Gujarat, any state, if you take in any state, if a party wins 3% of valid votes or 3 assembly seats, then it can be considered as a regional party. Then what is national party? If a party recognized in 4 states with 6% of valid votes or 11 Lok Sabha members of parliament seat, then from 4 different states, then it can be considered as a national party. So in exam, they may ask you, write some or give the names or write the names of national party. Write 2-3 names of national party or 1 or 2 names of regional party. So you can go with all these 6. So I hope regional party in a state, 3% valid vote, 3 seats in assembly. Regional party bandi. National party 6% of valid vote और 11 MP रहना. ओके या तो 6% वैलिड वोट रहना या फिर 11 MP रहना, then that party can be considered as a national or central party. VVPAT, very, very important. VVPAT. What is this VVPAT? Let's see. Voters Verified Paper Audit Trial. Voters Verified Paper Audit Trial. What do you mean by that? This machine, it gives the feedback how many people they have cast their vote. Like exit poll, before declare the result, they'll be having exit poll. Okay, this exit poll 95% it was corrected. So they said this machine is used to know how many people have cast their vote. Okay, in fact they'll give the machine gives feedback of the people who casted their vote. Let's see. Shall enable the votes to get feedback to whom he or she has cast. How many votes got to BJP? How many votes got to MIM? How many votes got to KCR? How will come to know? Through this machine. VVPAT. You can see this is VVPAT. This is different. Okay. This is VVPAT. You can see. Okay. Here it will come MIM 100 votes. BJP 90 votes. KCR or near to 95 or something like that. So what happened here? How will come to know? Through this machine. So what this machine gives? Feedback to whom he or she has cast. Okay, to who? Feedback. It will give feedback. Very, very important for half mark and 1 mark and 2 marks. Electronic voting machine. You can see this machine. If you see this machine, this is EVM. It stands for electronic voting machine. There in this machine, here are the symbols. Okay, symbols, and here are the buttons. If you want to cast your vote to KCR, you can go and you can just, you have to click or press the button which is near to KCR symbol. Or if you want to give your vote to MIM, you have to see where is MIM symbol and you have to press that button. So that is EVM machine. This is VVPAT, which give feedback to whom a person has cast their vote, and EVM to give the machine, electronic voting machine, where we can see before introducing this machine, we had ballot system, box system. Ballot box. Even in our schools, when we had elections for SPL and DPS, deputy SPL, we have used these ballot boxes where a person has to write the name of that person or name of that candidate, and they have to put a cheat in that box. Okay, but this is a new like we can say it's a new update one, EVM, where a person need not to write a list or cheat over there. They just directly can go and punch the machine. Many ghapla are going to be done in this machine also. Then from where we get authentic, correct leader. We are searching for a correct and authentic leader. Fine. Then one more concept here they have included in the year 2013, very, very important. What is that? That is NOTA. NOTA. What does it mean? None of the above. Suppose if you see this voting EVM over here, if you see this EVM over here, at the last there will be one small button that is called, as it was written, NOTA over there. That means when the person casts this NOTA button, okay, when it press this NOTA button, that means he doesn't want or she doesn't want BJP, that person doesn't want MIM, KCR, they don't want any political party. So this was introduced in the year 2013. Now, one thing I want to explain you over here. Now, NOTA, as I told you, it was started in the year 2013. Suppose India has an example, I'm telling you, they are given 100 people. They are 100 people. So out of 100 people, 50 people, they have pressed NOTA. 50 people, they have pressed NOTA. 30 people, they have pressed MIM. And 10 people, so 15 people, they have pressed TRS, and 5 people, they have pressed others. If we see that, maximum तो 50 है, तो क्या इंडिया में और क्या वो प्लेस में लीडर नहीं बनेगा? क्या हम सेलेक्ट नहीं कर सकेंगे? No, this is not right. It says that the second highest, first highest is NOTA. बट उसका कुछ यूज ही नहीं है, क्योंकि सेकेंड हाईएस्ट जो भी रहेगा ही कैन फॉर्म, और दैट पॉलिटिकल पार्टी कैन फॉर्म गवर्नमेंट. The second highest after NOTA, 50 people they have given there. No, we don't want any of the leader, but some people they have casted their vote. So from this political party, whoever get the maximum vote, like here MIM got 30 votes. That means MIM can form government, isn't it? So this NOTA is very, very important. It does not affect either the winning or the losing capability of the candidates. Next, general election. Elections, there are three types of election. One is general election, one is by-election, and one is mid-term election. What is this general election? It is for 5 years. Once in a 5 year, we have general election all over India. Then what is by-election? By-election are conducted for one or more vacancies. Important. By-election conducted for one or more vacancies. Then what is mid-term election? It says that before completion of 5 years, 10-year election are held for either for assembly or for parliament. It says in general we say that once in a 5 year we have elections. Election Commission conduct election once in a 5 years. Suppose in between any election were announced. Last time, like many time it happened in India. Okay, many time it happened in India. Before the tenure system, in between, they have conducted election. That is called as a mid-term election, middle of the term. What is the term given over here? Is 5 years. Then what is mid? Mid means middle. Middle term election before completion of 5 years. Okay, for parliament or for assembly, that means at central level or state level. I hope it's clear to everyone over there. Next is postal ballot. What does it mean, postal ballot? See, when you go to cast your vote, you might have seen people, they are ready, like some volunteers we can say, or government employees, as I told you, staff. Okay, they'll be sitting and they'll be applying ink, okay, ink on the fingers or giving and calling out your name. Seema Shehnaz, okay, you are here, show your Aadhaar card, and they'll apply link and all those things. You know, we know all these people. Then when we are giving our votes, when those people can give votes? Because for the whole day, for the entire day, they have to sit on their places. Only for lunch, only for lunch break, they can take lunch. That also EC will provided. But the thing is that the problem comes there when these people can vote. As I told you, what is the staff? How many staff? 45 lakh. So, if these 45 lakh did not give their vote, don't you think this is an injustice with them? So, when these people, when the executives can give their vote, when they can give, let's see over here. Those who are reputed for election duty, they utilize their vote before the commencement of the polling date with the ballot paper. Now, people, when they announce election on 26th April, they are going to get election. April to ho gaya, chhodiye. On 5th May, elections are going to be held. Example. So here 5th May people, they will be very, like they are very keen to start election. So some people, they may come early, 7 o'clock or 6:30. The people start coming and giving their votes. Then when these people can vote, they can vote, they can cast their vote before the time start. So they cannot use EVM machine. They have separate box. In this box, they have to put their chits so that the chits can be saved here. At the end of the election day, these can be given to the representatives to count. Okay, so here it says that, so for that reason, postal ballot was used. You can see the box over here. Okay, so I hope these are some important concept. What is regional party? In a state, 3% valid vote, 3 assembly seat. What is national party? 6% double kar diye dekhiye, 6% valid vote or 11 MPs. Okay, and we have seen by election, that means conducting election for more than two vacancies, two or more than two vacancies, it can be called, one or more vacancies, it can be called as a by-election. Mid-election, before completing the tenure system, 5 years, before completion of 5 years, in between or in middle, they'll conduct once again. Okay, the elections are conduct once again. That's called as a mid-term election. We have seen NOTA, we have seen VVPAT. What it gives? It gives a feedback that the people whom they have cast vote, exit poll bol sakte hum isko. I hope this clear. Next, we'll go with the next one. Very, very important, very, very important. As a citizen of India, as a universal, as a responsible citizen of India, you should know what you mean by code of conduct. In my beginning class, I explained you what a code of conduct. Okay, so what is this code of conduct? In detail, now we are going to study. Code of conduct is a set of guidelines issued by Election Commission of India for conducting election for political parties and candidates during election, mainly with the respective to their speeches, polling date, polling booth, portfolio, election manifesto, procession, and general conduct. So what is this code of conduct? It are general guidelines that the Election Commission framed. According to it, like what about the speeches? Whether the political party can say whatever they want, or there are few restrictions on them. Wherever they want, they can start gathering. Wherever they want, they can start public speaking. No, restrictions are given there. Okay, all those restrictions, okay, and rules and regulation, polling days, okay, polling booth on so and so area, there should be polling booth. Who will decide all these things? Everything is decided in code of conduct. Okay, now let us see in detail about code of conduct. The contesting candidate and a political party shall not make any statement pertaining to caste, creed, religion, regional while criticizing others. Wow. This is the first rule that the political parties should adopt, should implement it. What is that? No personal statement on their background or the caste or the religion. Do you think? Fine. So, what is that? The contesting candidate and political party shall not make any statement pertaining to caste, creed, religion, regional while criticizing. You can criticize. You can see. when you are entering in political party, you have right to criticize the opposite party, but the thing is that it should be in a very decent and formal way. Okay, मेरे अब्बा तेरे अब्बा, मेरे फादर तेरे फादर, नॉट इन दिस वे. ये कर देना, वो कर देना, हम ये कर देंगे, हम मस्जिदें वो कर देंगे, हम मंदिरें वो कर देंगे. These shouldn't be there. Next, no personal comments shall be made that are not relevant to political life. Shall you? No personal comments. Do you think so? What is the second one? No personal comments shall be made that are not relevant to political life. भाई, if you have guts, हिम्मत है, उसके political life के बारे में चाहिए. You can go, you can fight for election only in a political issue. Why you are going to a family background? Why you are giving a personal comment? उनके फादर ऐसे थे, इनके फादर ऐसे थे, उन्हों हिंदू थे, उन्हों मुस्लिम. Why all these things? You have that ability, you have that capacity, you can go and fight. But no personal comment according to code of conduct. Third one, no political announcement targeting the caste religion shall be made. No target on religion. In fact, our political parties, they are targeting religion only. Fine. Next one, in place such as churches, mosque, temple and other holy place, educational institute, no candidate should canvass. Yeah, this one is implementing that. People, they are, when they, before election, when they do campaigning, when they have public speaking over there, they should not use any holy places. They cannot take any public speaking near mosque or near temples and all. This, alhamdulillah, we are doing that. Next, no candidate shall influence the voter either by giving cash or any article. It is given in a code of conduct that it is a crime that to give any cash or any kind. No candidate shall influence the voters either by giving cash or any article. No voter shall be used to cast a vote in others' identity. Bocussing. Oh my gosh. Bocussing is happening. That means you might have seen, you might have heard that वो उनका ID card लेके जाके किसी और का ID card लेके जाके they have given their vote. ये बहुत हो रहा हमारे society में, isn't it? Bocussing. That means here code of conduct it says that no candidate shall influence the voters either. No voter shall be used to cast their vote in others' identity. That's why nowadays what happened? The polling booth officers over there, in charge over there, they are asking Aadhaar card. Without Aadhaar card, they are not allowing other people to come and give their vote. Next, no campaigning within 100 meters on the day of polling day. Definitely, polling day जब रहेगा, उस time पे no campaigning 100. Some example here. This is an area where the polling booth, उसके 100 meters के दायरे में they should not have any campaigning. No campaigning. 100 meters के, ये कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट में लिखा हुआ है. Fine. Next one, there should be no campaigning after and before permitted Aadhaar. This one is also we are following, that the campaigning and public speaking are given like for a time, like from morning to afternoon or from afternoon for 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours they have given. So after the permitted hour, they are not allowed to campaign. Next, no political party either get voters the polling station or drop voter from the polling station. ये सिचुएशन नहीं है आज के दौर में. आज के दौर में क्या ईवीएम है हमारे पास, उसी में हो जा रहा. Fine. Everyone has a right to lead a peaceful life. Yes, everyone, whoever, even the political leaders, even anybody over there, anybody, they have right to live a peaceful life. Taking out the rallies in the residential areas and picketing in against the rule. No campaigning should be done in a residential area. But कहाँ पे करेंगे वो लोग? आप देखे होंगे बाजा बजा लेते हुए. Hosting party flag, tying banners and writing on the walls, pasting posters on the houses are not allowed without permission. The permission is given. If the permission is not given, it is banned. So these are few code of conducts according to which the political parties should fight election. In this one question they will ask you, in present situation or in present election, how many what are the rules that are violated in code of conducts? Okay, what are the rules or the what are the code of conducts are being violated? पूछ से तो ये क्या है, इसमें से आप जो भी कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट वायलेट हो रहा यू कैन राइट. So after that, let's see public gathering and conducting rallies. What is this? Political party shall obtain permission from police to conduct public gatherings so that the police could make arrangement to protect law and order. Before commencing or starting public gathering or any rally, it is the duty of the political party in charge, it is the duty of the in charge over there to take permission from police. If the permission is not taken from one side, MIM, second side, BJP, no police in between, then what happened? Started. So here permission should be taken so that they can do the campaigning in a peaceful manner. No public gathering in a prohibited area where they have prohibited, like holy places, I told you. No public gathering in those places where it was restricted, here no gathering should be done. They must take prior permission to use loudspeakers. Many times people, they use loudspeaker. For that also they have to take permission. Okay, next. On the day of polling, क्या होता polling day के time पे? Make arrangements for voters in a peaceful atmosphere. These people, they all are, who are these people? They are responsible citizens. They are from you and me. They are from among. So when we are going to give our vote, when we are going to cast our vote, don't you think that atmosphere should be very peaceful over there? Yes, then here they have to make arrangement for voter in a peaceful atmosphere. Next, political parties shall cooperate to polling staff to discharge their duties. अपनी पार्टी का रोब नहीं बताना, हर चीज एक डिसिप्लिन में होना चाहिए. Here, political parties, they have to cooperate with polling staff. Polling agents shall be issued I-card. Campaigning should end before 48 hours of polling day. There shall not be any poster, flag, symbols, election in the material camp. Suppose in one area polling booth is there. In that area, they should not have any symbols, any flags of political party. No large gathering or contestant or supporters. SMS prohibited. Alcohol shall not be distributed, and any kind of food shall not be kept in camp. So these are some duties, these are some responsibilities of Election Commission to make arrangement. Fine. Next, only few are there. Ruling party at the time of election, what the ruling party has to do, like now BJP is ruling, KCR is ruling, what they have to do at the time of election. There is a chance to the ruling party to influence the voter by misusing the power. In order to check this, Election Commission has laid down some rules and regulations. Let's see what are the rules. The ruling party leader shall not misuse the power. They should not use bureaucracy for any party related work. They should misuse their power. हम political party है, हम ruling party है, बोल के ये लोग क्या करना, अपना power का misuse नहीं कर सकते. Second, their official visit and party related visit shall not be mingled. Official visit should be different and party visit should be different. They should not use government vehicle for campaigning. For campaigning here, political parties, especially ruling political parties, they cannot use any vehicles. Okay, if at all they want to use vehicle during campaign, during election, they have to take permission. They have to show what expenses they are incurring. Petrol hai, driver ka hai, XYZ many रहते. Moment in the election schedule is issued, the election expenditure will come into force. The public property like government building, offices, places shall not be used for campaigning by any party. Schools है, hospitals है, government colleges है, universities है, ये area में, these are prohibited area. In these areas, they cannot do campaigning. Before giving announcement on TV, political parties shall obtain permission of the election commission. Before giving announcement on TV. After the election notification is issued, ruling government shall not release any grants, make payment, issue new schemes. When it was scheduled, was decided on so and so date, in so and so month, elections are going to be conducted. From there, the ruling party, they cannot make any payment, they cannot issue new schemes. सब ये पहले होना चाहिए, रूलिंग पार्टी नहीं कर सकती. अब न्यू पार्टी जो आ रही, दे कैन कम फॉर मैनिफेस्टो, दे कैन हैव देयर ओन मैनिफेस्टो, दे कैन कम विद द न्यू स्कीम्स. हम आपको इलेक्शन में जिता दिए तो हम गैस फ्री कर देंगे, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फ्री कर देंगे, हम ये राशन दे देंगे, हम वो दे देंगे, हम जमीन दे देंगे. ये रूलिंग पार्टी कैन नॉट डू ऑल दिस थिंग्स. फाइन. नेक्स्ट, conduct election at a various levels. The Chief Electoral Officer at the state level assists the Election Commission of India. Who is the head of the elections in the state? It's Chief Electoral Officer. Remember this, at the state level. He or she is appointed by Election Commission of India after consulting the state government concerned. This post does not have a constitutional status. Generally, the senior most IAS officer shall be appointed. इलेक्शन कमिश्नर भी कौन रहता? सीनियर आईएएस ऑफिसर. और स्टेट लेवल में इलेक्शन का हेड कौन रहता? he or she is also a IAS officer. The election to be parliament and state assembly in the state are held under his monitoring. He is responsible for election conducting in at state level. So what he does, let's see, at the district level, district collector act and as the chief election officer. To conduct and monitor election in every constituency, Karwan constituency hai, Chandran Gutta constituency hai, okay, Gosha Mahal constituency hai, Sheikhpet constituency. तो ये constituency के election जहाँ पे हो रहा, समझे Karwan constituency में तकरीबन एक 8-10 polling booth है. तो वो पोलिंग बूथ का हेड कौन है? वो पोलिंग बूथ को कौन देखना, लाइक हु विल टेक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, हु विल टेक द हु विल बी इन चार्ज ओवर देयर? देयर इज अ पर्सन कॉल्ड एज अ रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर. कारवान कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी के कौन है रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर? कोल्लू सूर्या लता. शी इज अ रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर. इनका काम क्या है रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर का? द कैंडिडेट हु रजिस्टर देयर नेम इन द वोटर लिस्ट आर एलिजिबल एंड हैव zeal to be elected as a representative submit their nomination paper to returning officer. Their nomination must supported at least one registered electoral constituency. If candidate is sponsored by a registered party, he can be called as a independent or a political party. Let's see, last topic in this class is returning officer. उसके और क्या-क्या work है returning officer के? Let's see what responsibility, what are the duties of returning officer. The returning officer scrutinizes the nomination and announces the eligible candidate, contesting candidates list. कोई political party से related है या कोई independent election fight करना चाह रहा, तो वो किसके under हो सकता? Returning officer. Very, very important for 2 marks. Very, very important for 1.5 marks. The contesting candidate are given option to withdraw the nomination within a specific period of time. Later, the returning officer shall declare the final list of candidate in the constituency. The party candidates are allotted the party symbol and the independent candidate will be allotted a symbol at the time. So if you want, suppose if I want to fight election as an independent candidate, here this person, he will give me time limit. So we are giving you 15 days time. In between 15 days, if you want to withdraw your name, you can withdraw it. But if you want to fight for election as an independent candidate, then he is responsible for that. Next, after this, the name and symbol of the candidate of the contesting candidate are entered in EVM. What is this? EVM, electronic voting machine. The same procedure is to follow for conducting election to the parliament, assembly and local self-government bodies. So here, election commission at the central level, chief electoral officer at a state level, then who will be at the district level, IAS officers are there, and at the polling or as a constituency level, who is the head? It's a returning officer. So he can give, he can also, you can see all these are the duties and responsibilities of returning officer. I hope the concept is clear to everyone over there. So what we have studied, we have seen the election commission, when the election commission was set up, what are the responsibilities, functions of election commission, and who is our election commissioner is Sushil Chandra. He is the 24th election commissioner. Who was the first one? Sukumar Sen. Fine. So how election commission got popularity? Only after the recommendation of TN Session. We have seen that, and we have seen some important term, regional party. Which party are called as a regional? MIM previously, as I told you, it was a regional party. Now it is a state party because it found in 4 different states, isn't it? बिहार में फाइट करे, यूपी में आए, महाराष्ट्र में आए, तेलंगाना में आए, वेस्ट बंगाल में गए, like the party has become a state party now, and we have seen the national party 6% valid vote और 11 MPs रहना, तभी वो पार्टी नेशनल पार्टी कही जाती. हमने देखा नोटा is also introduced in the year 2013. Okay, and we have seen VVPAT, VPAT. What is that VVPAT? It is the instrument that is used to give the feedback to whom the person has cast. और देखिए इलेक्शन से पहले एग्जिट पोल रहता, ठीक है, जिसकी बुनियाद पे ये तय किया जाता कि हु इज द विनिंग पार्टी, एंड दैट एग्जिट पोल इज 95% इज करेक्ट. रिजल्ट से पहले मालूम हो जाता है कि हु इज द विनिंग पार्टी. हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? इट इज थ्रू VVPAT, एंड वी हैव सीन जनरल इलेक्शन, वी हैव सीन बाई इलेक्शन एंड मिड टर्म इलेक्शन, एंड वी हैव सीन कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट, एंड वी हैव सीन द different many duties and the responsibilities of returning officer. I hope the concept is clear. With this, I would like to conclude. Thank you. Jazakallahu khaira.